Hey folks, thanks for coming along today on another episode of Fishing for Real. I'm your host Ken. Today we're out at Old Hickory Lake, a little public access area. I'm going to try fishing with some earthworms just to see if the fish are here. And then I'll try some artificial power baits, some power worms, power wigglers, various and sundry things to see how they work. My goal on this channel is to help anyone who's either new to fishing or wants to get into fishing, show you how you can get into it cheaply without spending a whole lot of money and having a whole lot of gear, and catch some fish, have some fun, and not break the bank. Come along and let's go see what we can find. Okay guys, I'm going to show you a little trick that I use to tie my clinch knot. Let's see if you can see it against this. I don't know about you guys, but it's not that easy for me to see these little things. Take my hemostats, clip the hook in there, get the little loop right there, spin it a few times, 5, 6 times, whatever you want. Then you can run your line back through the loop you made just above the hook and back through its own little loop there. Moisten it, cinch it down, good to go. Now, I'm going to start out today, at least on this setup, just with an earthworm. Hard to beat an earthworm. If there's fish out there, they're gonna bite an earthworm. So let's toss this sucker out there and see if I can get a hit. You want to use enough weight to cast. You don't obviously want the weight to be so much that it pulls the float under, but I like to have enough weight to where it doesn't take much pull for the fish to pull the weight under, the float under, that is. Sure, not a lot going on here. A lot of junk floating in the water. Let me pull this in a little closer to shore. I'm going to tell you, if you don't get bites from an earthworm, there's probably nothing around. I see some shad popping in the water out there. So it could be that the shad are up in here running. So what I may try to do, today I brought one of the bigger outfits of mine. It's a tried and true Zebco 33. It's a little better than their inexpensive models. I think these are $29 or so. My Shakespeare Ugly Stick. I've become a big fan of the Ugly Sticks. They're not as sensitive perhaps as some of the other more expensive rigs, but they're pretty tough, and I need pretty tough. Just in case there's some white bass running up in here. I think I'm gonna try the gay blade, cotton Cordell gay blade. These, when it comes to catching white bass, these guys are pretty hard to beat. Now these have two tie points on them. The further forward it'll run a little more shallow, and the further back it'll run a little deeper. I always have just used the one further back to get a little more wobble. But you can't tie your line straight to these things. They're just not, it's not going to handle it because it'll cut the line. Because it's just a flat piece of stamped out metal. So I usually use just a plain old clip to hold one of these on, but in this case I don't have one with me. So there we are. The little cotton Cordell gay blade. That is a white bass slayer. Not a lot going on right here. You'd think with that real worm on there, if there was any fish, I would know about it. Of course, there's been a lot of boat activity up in here, being a Saturday and all. Poor old fish probably just hunkered down waiting for the Monday and come out of hiding. I'm going to try this gay blade here. I usually fish this on a spinning reel. Like I said, my objective is to help folks get started in this sport as inexpensively as possible. You can always buy more and bigger and better later on. But this zip code 33 and a Shakespeare Ugly City, this is 30 bucks, this is 30 bucks. 60 bucks. Comes with line on it. If you want to leave that on there, you get your own. And this thing casts a long ways. Now, as soon as I cast that, something hit my worm. Now look at here. It caught me a mess. I got some salad. In the sport, this is what you call a salad. Now I just need some kind of fish to put with it. I'll be doing all right. You do not let this sucker sink. You want to feel it wiggling. You want to feel it vibrating on the line. If you don't feel it vibrating, then it's probably hooked itself, because these things they'll reach back and hook themselves. These ugly sticks, they have a fiberglass tip, which makes them pretty durable, of course. They aren't the most sensitive, so you don't necessarily feel every vibration that you would if you had a more expensive outfit. Oh, there he is. Oh my gosh. Dude. I got me one now, son. Boy, he's pulling good. Oh, come on, fella. What are you? What are you? Oh my goodness gracious. Oh, dead gum, boy. Come on, dude. Oh, sweet. Oh my God, it's a bass. Look at that, look at that. Huh, how about them apples now? On a gay blade. That might be the first bass I've ever caught on a gay blade. Largemouth, that is. How about them apples? Look at that. Hold still, fella. I'm trying to get you out of there. Oh my goodness. What do we got going on? Oh yeah. I think I'll try doing this right-handed, since I am right-handed. Come on now. This treble hook has a split in it. Not too shabby. Look at that. Little largemouth. How about them apples? That's the first bass I've caught in a very long time right there. See you later, Bud Roll. I used to live on this lake, Old Hickory Lake, Middle Tennessee. I used to go up into some pretty creepy places in my bass boat, my John boat. I was always figuring that someday, sooner or later, I was going to find somebody's body floating. Fortunately, I never did. The scariest thing I ever found was a great big stuffed elephant. Yes, it looked horrible from a distance. Kind of all white, and fuzzy, and yucky. I thought, oh no, I done found me a body. It was after some flooding. The water got up high and then receded. Takes a bunch of trash out in the lake with it. But fortunately, when I got close to it, it was just a great big stuffed elephant. Much to my relief, I must say. Hey folks, thanks for coming along today on this little short trip to the lake. Wanted to try some earthworms and see what I could catch. I didn't do anything with the earthworm. I had a little nibble or two. Tried the Berkeley power bait waxworm, or honeyworm as they call it. Didn't get any hits on that. There's been a lot of boat traffic today that's probably got things turned off. I did bring one of my bigger rods and reel setups. Put a gay blade on that, little metal vibrating blade, and actually caught a bass. The first bass I've caught in a very long time. Maybe 3/4 of a pound maybe. But it was just fun to catch. I hope you enjoy this video. If you do, please hit a like and subscribe. And if you want to hit the notification bell, that's great. If you don't, I understand. But stay tuned for another episode in the near future. We'll try some more things. Thanks for coming along. Get out there and go have a fishing adventure of your own. Thanks, guys.